Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a clip of a fat activist asking for you to fund her lavish travel lifestyle. In the past, this person has asked for bigger seats on airlines, bigger booths in restaurants, and recently she said the bathrooms on airplanes weren't big enough. It's J-Bay. We're also going to be taking a look at a couple of bonus clips from this same creator, including one where they're talking about the Fat Bill of Rights, so be sure to stick around until the end. Before we proceed, please click the like button so that I may apply comb to mustache.
Hey friends and future allies, I'm Jay, a passionate advocate for fat liberation. For years, I've been fighting against the discrimination fat people face in travel, healthcare, mental health, and beyond. This mission is deeply personal to me.
Okay, so people gave you a hard time for using an AI voice, so now we're using our own voice and reading from a script that is over here somewhere.
Because I know what it's like to be unseen and unheard.
You know what it's like to be unseen. Are you sure? Do-do-do. Shh. Sorry.
I've poured my heart and soul into creating resources, sparking conversations, and so much more to amplify our voices and demand the respect we deserve. But I can't do it alone anymore. This work has required immense sacrifices, time, energy, and sometimes my own well-being.
Okay, so this work is what is rapidly destroying your health. Okay.
Now I'm reaching out to you for help. Your support can make a tangible difference, not just for me, but for everyone in the fat community.
For me, for us too. Okay, so you're tired of fighting this fight alone, and now you're finally reaching out for our help.
With your contributions, I can continue creating impactful content, organizing events, and driving systemic change.
Okay, we're over here, Jay. Why do you keep looking over here? We're over here! Okay, so J-Bay is now looking for donations to fund their lavish travel lifestyle. I've been wondering for a while, how do they afford all this? I guess the answer is, they don't.
Toward a more inclusive world. Together, we can empower people to live.
I keep seeing these black flashes like you messed up while editing. I can relate. The other day I left a whole section of video that was just black for like 10 seconds.
Inclusive world. Together, we can empower people to live unapologetically and dismantle the barriers that hold us back.
Like airplane bathrooms.
Whether it's a donation, sharing this message, or simply standing with us, every action brings us closer to the world we all deserve. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Let's make this world better together.
No, that sounds awful. Let's take a look at her campaign and see how much money she's raised. Okay, so it looks like J-Bay has raised $140 thus far out of her $15,000 goal. Hello, friends. For years, I've been dedicated to advocating for the rights, dignity, and empowerment of fat people, especially when it comes to travel, healthcare, and mental health. As a plus-size creator, I've used my platform to challenge harmful narratives, expose medical bias, and provide resources to help others navigate the world as fat individuals. Whether it's addressing the lack of size-inclusive travel options, fighting against discrimination in healthcare, or raising awareness about the mental health struggles fat people face, I've poured my heart into this work. Alright, so it looks like J-Bay now needs our donations to continue her fat liberation work. She's poured her entire heart into this thing. Next.
I'm dedicating 2025 to fighting for the Fat Equality Bill of Rights.
Okay, now we're looking off to this side to read our script.
And I want you to be part of this revolution. Every day, fat individuals face barriers that nobody should have to live with.
Self-imposed barriers?
Whether it's being turned away from a doctor's office, not fitting into seats on public transportation, or being unfairly judged in the workplace.
What about the barriers presented by our knees and stairs? Stairs are often a huge barrier.
These aren't just inconveniences, they're human rights violations. The Fat Equality Bill of Rights is a critical step towards changing all of that.
I think obese people already have equality, so I don't know what you're on about.
It's a set of protections designed to ensure fat people are treated with the same respect, dignity, and access to basic rights as everybody else. And it's time to make this a reality. Just like the civil rights movements that have reshaped
Oh, no, the Fat Bill of Rights. We're trying to put this alongside civil rights and act like these two things are comparable.
history, we're fighting for a world where fat people are treated with fairness.
I'd say they're already treated the same as anyone else.
Not just tolerance. This is about the right to exist without fear of discrimination,
Not just tolerance. Okay, so you want special privileges, special treatment.
exclusion, or ridicule. It's a civil rights issue, and it's time for
Wow, no, it is not a civil rights issue. You're insane.
change. And here's what the Fat Equality Bill of Rights could change for you.
We don't need to pass any more laws related to people's weight. I can't believe that there's already been several laws passed about that to begin with. You guys know that they've already passed a few anti-fat discrimination laws, right? Also, it's illegal to discriminate against people based on various physical characteristics already.
This bill will protect fat individuals in every area of life, from healthcare to employment, transportation to education. Imagine walking into a doctor's office and not fearing weight bias.
Imagine walking.
Imagine sitting on a plane without embarrassment,
Imagine fitting into a plane seat.
or shopping in a store that actually carries your size.
Imagine being able to walk around enough to actually shop. I'm not trying to be mean, but you're being completely ridiculous.
These are the changes we're fighting for. The Fat Equality Bill of Rights isn't just a piece of paper. It's a movement that will reshape how society views, treats, and accommodates fat people.
Okay, we're over here. Quit looking over here. Hopefully they don't pass the Fat Equality Bill of Rights like they passed a couple other laws that nobody wanted.
It will make the world more accessible, fair, and inclusive for all of us. But I can't do this alone. 2025 will be my year of fighting for body justice, and I'm bringing all of you with me.
I don't think anybody wants to go, which is why your campaign only raised $140, all of which was probably you and your friends, right? Like, donate a little bit so it looks like people are supporting this, and they will also donate.
I'm committing to this fight because I believe in a world where fat people are equal, and accessible isn't just possible, it's necessary. So let's make it happen. Sign the petition, share your stories, and let's push for the Fat Equality Bill of Rights to become a law. Because
No, that sounds awful.
your body deserves justice. We deserve justice. So join me. Head to change.org/fatequality and let's make 2025 the year we change everything. For everybody.
For everybody. Where are all these stupid laws coming from? If somebody didn't hire you for a job, good luck proving that it was because of your weight. Good luck proving any of that stuff, which makes me wonder where this law is going, what it's trying to accomplish. Is this headed towards a world where you're not allowed to question somebody with a BMI over 25, over 30, whatever it is? Because it's already against the law to discriminate against people based on various things, including physical characteristics. These type of protections already exist, so what is the point of this law? Also, how do fat activists keep getting the laws changed? Who do I need to go hang out with to get laws passed that favor me and my mustache? You know what I mean? Like, what kind of a friend circle do you have, huh? Like, we change laws, like me and my homies. What? What the hell? Me and my homies just play Call of Duty, dude. What the fuck? I think we need to pass the nobody's allowed to question people with a mustache law. We also need special parking. Next.
You want to know what changed my life? I was on my deathbed, struggling to breathe, unsure if I'd even make it another day.
So you finally decided to turn your life around by making some lifestyle changes involving a different diet and exercise regimen.
And that's when I realized, if I don't speak up now, fat people like me might never have the chance to live fully.
What? So you were on your deathbed, struggling to breathe, and you thought to yourself, you know what, self? I should annoy more people and give more lectures after this. That's what this is doing. As I was laying on my deathbed, struggling to breathe, I had an epiphany. I thought, you know what? I should do more to help fat people. The epiphany wasn't, maybe I should turn my life around so I don't pass away prematurely. It wasn't that. It was, let's go annoy people more often. Okay.
I wasn't sure how much time I had left, but I knew it was now or never. And that
What? It was now or never, because you didn't know how much time you had left. Well, there are things that we can do to increase the amount of time that we have on this planet. Did you know that? We don't have to necessarily go into it right now, but there are things we can do.
that's when I started fighting for us.
Fighting.
for fat liberation, for the right to exist, to thrive, and to take up space.
Okay, you did all that after you got out of the hospital, after having a near-death experience.
Hey, I'm Jalen.
Hey.
You might know me as J-Bay, but honestly, I'm just Jay.
Okay.
I wanted to take a moment to
But honestly, I'm just Jay. Well, thanks for opening up, showing us a more real side of you.
Introduce myself, especially as we head into the new year. Some of you might have followed me for my journey in plus-size travel. Some of you might have seen me fight for fat rights. But for those of you who don't know me yet, I'm here to share a bit of my story. After everything I've been through, including facing some of my deepest challenges,
I feel like this whole thing was written by AI.
I realized that my purpose isn't just about surviving. It's about thriving and helping others like me do the same. So welcome to 2025, where I'm dedicating myself to making sure fat bodies are seen, heard, and given the rights we deserve.
Making sure fat bodies are seen, because we haven't been seeing them thus far. Shh. Sorry, why are they always talking about being seen? What kind of weird little game are we playing, dude?
It all started when I was fresh out of college, a first-generation graduate, excited to start my life and make a difference.
What kind of a difference can we make in the world if we can barely stand up using our own legs? How are we striking out to change the world if we can't even change ourselves?
But quickly, life changed for me. I became sick, and my health took a sharp turn. At
I wonder why.
that moment, I didn't know how much time I had left.
Okay, is any of this gonna be a wake-up call?
The weight of that was crushing.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
I wasn't sure how much time I had, but one thing I always knew, I wanted to spread my story, my message, with the world. I wanted to help fat people, like me, live our best lives despite the challenges we face.
When some people have a near-death experience, they decide to turn their entire life around. When other people have a near-death experience, they decide to double down on fat acceptance rhetoric. She's like, I almost passed away that day. And that's when I knew I had to fight for fat liberation even more. What? Are you sure? You sure you don't need to do anything else? As I was sitting there gasping for breath, my doctor leaned over and recommended that I double down on fat acceptance rhetoric. Doctor, I can't breathe. Should I make any kind of lifestyle changes? What? No, you idiot! You need to talk about the Fat Bill of Rights. This is just crazy enough to work. A very unorthodox approach, Doc.
When I realized I might not have much time left, I knew it was now or never.
If only there were something we could do to increase the amount of time we have left.
I started posting on social media, sharing my journey, my struggles, my wins, and it took off quickly.
What wins?
It wasn't about fame or attention.
It was about fame and attention, and the only attention you ever get is negative attention. If you go to this person's comments, they are nothing but negative.
It was about making sure my voice was heard, making sure other fat people knew they weren't alone in this fight.
Okay, well, like I said, we're over here, though. Why are you talking to us as if we're over here?
It took me a while to find my calling, but after going through many niches, I realized that my purpose was clear all along.
After going through many niches? Okay, so you tried the travel niche, you tried selling plus-size products, and then you settled on outrage, right? The outrage niche pays pretty well.
Fat liberation, activism, and advocacy.
Outrage, you mean?
This is where I knew I had to be. I've learned so much on this journey, and now I use my experiences as a fat person to help others navigate the same obstacles, to live their best, most empowered lives. Whether it's travel, healthcare, or just day-to-day life.
I keep seeing these little flashes of black. Your editor missed a few frames in here.
Healthcare, or just day-to-day
Right
life.
there.
I'm here to
Right
break
there.
down those barriers that exist for fat people. I'm here to challenge the world to make space for us, for fat people.
You're gonna challenge the world and make space for us. Okay, you're saying all this stuff to just set up jokes. I'm convinced.
Just like everybody else. So, as we step into the new year, let me reintroduce myself. I'm a fighter. I'm an advocate. I'm an activist. And
It's funny how many people are calling themselves activists these days.
I'm here to make sure the world knows that fat people deserve every bit of respect, access, and opportunity. We're not just going to be surviving anymore. We're thriving. And if you're ready to stand with
We're thriving, except in airplane bathrooms because we can't fit in there and we need those to be bigger. Other than that, though, we're thriving. Except for booths in restaurants, we need those to be bigger. But other than that, we're thriving. Except for hallways and hotel rooms. Some of those are too narrow. We need those to be bigger. But other than that, we're thriving. Aside from the fact that I started a GoFundMe because I can no longer afford my lavish travel lifestyle. But other than that, we're thriving.
To fight for fat liberation and to make 2025 the year we take our power back. Join me. Together, we can show the world that fat liberation is not just a movement. It's the future.
I don't think it has much of a future.
Let's make it happen. I'm here and I'm ready to change the world. Are you?
No, not really. I kind of just want to kick it, you know? I'm kind of tired. I don't really feel like changing the world today. Not for you or for other people. I would change the world for me. If we get upfront parking for people with mustaches, I can get on board with that. But your thing, why would I care? Alright, and she wrapped up the video by saying we're not just surviving anymore, we're thriving. Which is why we're constantly begging you to change the world on our behalf. And have nothing but complaints about everything all the time. Because we're thriving. Alright, so that was funny. J-Bay has started a GoFundMe and it's only raised $140 thus far. And I'm guessing that's her and her friends. Just like with a tip jar, you want to put a couple dollars in there to get the ball rolling first, right? If you work at any kind of place that has a tip jar, put a little money in there to start. People will think that other people were tipping you, and they'll be more likely to tip you. I think it's very interesting that J-Bay has only managed to raise $140. I don't think a whole lot of people are going to be donating to that. I know that I'm not. So obviously I disagree with all of the aforementioned, but what do you think? Are you ready to make a donation to fund J-Bay's lavish travel lifestyle? And do you support the Fat Bill of Rights? Leave a comment below. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.